Hello, everybody. I'm here with Kayla McMahon, and we just wanted to go over the Galaxy Z Fold2 5G. Kayla, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Hanging in there, but doing the best with the rest of us. So,
Absolutely. I'm super excited about the Galaxy Z Fold2 5G.
yeah, so we're going to go over a couple of the key features and specs of the device and over some key selling points. So, we're super excited about this device. I know we officially announced it a couple days ago, so as we said, we just wanted to get some of this information out to you, and hopefully it's helpful for you. We did attach a short Google survey to this, so please fill it out, and then let us know if you have any questions. We're always available. So starting out, we have a beautiful cinematic infinity display, and actually on this device we have two of them. So Kayla, I know you actually just pre-ordered the device.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and tell them about that?
I actually I wasn't intending on getting the device, but after seeing the videos and just seeing the product and seeing how amazing it looks and how it performs, I couldn't say no. So I definitely did pre-order this device. I'm super excited about it. I think a couple of things that I'm the most excited about. One, I think, which is a huge upgrade from the original Galaxy Fold, is that front display. On that previous one, it was a little bit smaller, and I know that was some feedback that we had received from some of our customers. So we wanted to make sure that we gave you that full infinity display on the front screen, which is going to be a 6.2-inch display, and then that opens up into that beautiful 7.6-inch display, so it gives you that kind of tablet feel, which I think is super nice when you're trying to kind of combine. We're really looking for like a power phone, so it's combining a phone and a tablet, so you kind of have the best of both worlds there.
Sure, and I think when you see at the bottom of this screen here, 1.63 times larger, that doesn't even do it justice. I mean, that's something that, as you said, we heard a lot from our customers. That 6.2-inch display truly is a full screen device that you can use at all times, viewing your notifications, doing things on the front of your display, and then, we'll get into it a little bit further, but the fact that you can then transition the front of that display to, opening it up into that 7.6-inch huge 120 hertz display is truly incredible. So we're going to move on here. As I said, this device really does offer our customers a lot of options here. So one of those things is with flex viewing, and as you can see here, there's 3 different settings here, and there's a couple more on the next page as well. But one of my personal favorites is just that hands-free viewing. So if any of you have ever seen the Z Flip, you would know that we were able to stop that hinge at certain points. And one of my favorite things about this device is that you can do sort of a tent-like experience. So you can actually just set it down on the table. No pop socket required, and you can go ahead and watch Spider-Man.
Which I know a few of you out there, you've personally requested some of the phone stands that I typically have on some of my customer engagement event tables to prop up your phone so you can watch some Netflix while you're on your lunch. So hopefully if you get the Z Fold 2, that'll resolve that issue. But yeah, it's super nice to be able to just prop that up. You can watch all your content without anything other than this device, which is phenomenal.
Absolutely. As you can see on this second screen, there are a couple more options. So flex mode, super cool. It's one of those things that really works well with Samsung, user interface. You're able to sort of prop that up with the stop hinge, view your movie up top, maybe, edit the video down below, press play, fast forward, and prop it up. Like Kayla said, no pop socket required or any kind of any phone stand. You have tent view, and then you also have cover view. Maybe you just want to use that cover, for a certain thing. It's truly one of those hinges that they really put a lot of thought and energy into, and it's really going to benefit a lot of our customers.
Well, and I think too on this, you can be viewing that in the full display, but then when you prop it up, the device knows that it has sensors, so it knows when it's being propped up. So it'll then shift that video up to the top half of the display without you having to do anything at all. So I think that's super convenient, obviously to view, and you don't have to do anything other than just put it in the form that you would like it, and you're going to stream your content exactly how you would, how you would prefer.
Real quick, cool demo with this is actually with the camera. So when you do that flex mode, it'll actually shift all of your camera controls down to that bottom half of the screen. You'll get a preview of the image on the top portion. And it's super cool, just easy demo to show to customers. Next, we have enhanced durability. So what's really cool about this device is that we do have Gorilla Glass 7, but we also brought sweeper tech into the actual hinge itself. So those fibers that are inside of the hinge are going to work to prevent those microparticles, those dust particles from getting under the display, and that's really important on a device like this.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like a lot of people, they love this device because it's more of that luxury device. It's unlike anything that we've ever seen before, but I think that it is super important that we make sure that it's durable. A lot of people are afraid that it's going to break or it's not going to withstand your typical drops or anything like that. So knowing that you have that Gorilla Glass 7 on it, you know that you're protected and that you're going to be fine with, if you drop it or, obviously it's still glass, so it can still crack, but having that Gorilla Glass 7 is definitely going to make sure that it's durable.
I agree, and we're going to get into, sort of the warranty care a little bit later, but that's a good point. Wanting to take care of your device and being maybe one of those customers that's a little bit worried about protection on this device. Next up, we have productivity. So this device is super cool. It's something that I personally use a lot on the Galaxy Z Flip. The ability to do 3 tasks at once, and this really offers a little bit more of an enhancement where you can actually save 3 preset windows all at one time, which is super important. Say you want to watch YouTube, take notes, and look at your calendar all at once. That's an odd combination. But, say you want to do those 3 things, and that's something you do typically very often, it truly offers you that ability to save that option and, save that preset for later. So,
yeah, and I think, too, on this, all of us are familiar with having that split view, which is nice to be able to operate 2 different apps at once. But with having this large of a display that is similar to a tablet, being able to operate 3 is amazing. But I think one thing that we've introduced that I think kind of takes it up a notch is that you can actually customize the size of those windows. So say if you wanted to minimize that, the text, like say if you're texting somebody, you want to minimize that window, or you want to make something bigger, you can adjust that to how you see fit.
Absolutely. And this goes a little bit further into it and how you go ahead and use that Flex UI. Essentially, there's a little window on the side you swipe over, as we set up to 3 windows with easy layout control, and then you just drag and drop those pre-selected things. They're fully customizable. I know I use it all the time on my Tab S6, actually, what we're recording this on. And it's just really, really easy to drag and drop those applications and multitask. So.
Well, and too, like if you're trying to highlight text or copy a picture and then, switching to your different app to paste it, with this, it's so seamless to be able to highlight the copied area and then literally just drag it and drop it onto the different window without ever having to copy and paste. You're just dragging and dropping, which I think saves the customer time and makes it just so much more user-friendly.
Agreed. We also have the cameras on this device. So, this is one of those devices where you have an all-in-one device. So we have 5 cameras on this device, which is just insane. We have the 2 10 megapixel, personal-facing cameras, and then we also have 3 cameras on the back. I think it's important to recognize that we have 4K video on this, 2 times optical, and then a 10 times digital zoom.
Yeah, so I think one thing to note here, it's super nice to be able to, one, like your standard phone where you can just take the photos with the rear lens, or, you can turn it around and you can use those lenses based on how you would like to. So if you want to take a photo using the rear lens, you can actually take a selfie with the rear lens because you can flex that display to where you can take a shot with some of the higher megapixel cameras for a selfie, which normally, we have the 10 megapixel on the front, which is phenomenal. But to be able to take it with those rear cameras, you're going to get a much better shot.
Definitely. We have productivity here. Let me skip over that. And then we have memory, storage, and power. So In this device, we're packing 12 gigabytes of RAM, which is just absolutely crazy. However, when you consider, doing multiple things on the front screen at one time and then opening up the device, being able to transfer that content on over, that's where really that 12 gigabytes of RAM comes into play. One thing to point out here that I do want to recognize, we do have 256 gigabytes of storage on this device. There's no extra SD card, and that is all internal storage.
Which I think, honestly, when you're speaking to a customer, I think a lot of people, especially if they're previous Galaxy users, one of the benefits, per se, is that it does have that expandable storage. However, those were back in the days when the devices were coming with like 16 or 32 gigs of internal storage. So I think really the call out here is that just let them know how much 256 gigabytes of storage truly is. I know I have everything on my phone that you could possibly have. Photos, videos, I think I have like 52 applications downloaded on my device. And with everything that I have accumulated over the past year, I'm only using 112 gigabytes of internal storage. So I think that how you position this is really everything. So I think that if you position it correctly, the 256 gig is really going to be able to hold anything and everything that they need.
For sure. I think this is a super important part that I did bring up earlier, and it is the Galaxy Z Premier service. So I know we did call the first Galaxy Fold the Galaxy Fold. However, then we came out with the Galaxy Z Flip, and now we're on the Galaxy Z Fold2. So, this is really sort of merging those two different categories into the Galaxy Z, package or, different categories. So, we have the Galaxy Note, the Galaxy S, and now we have the Galaxy Z. Well, the Galaxy Zs come with a Premier service. So, Kayla, do you want to tell them a little bit about sort of the benefits and perks that they get from this Premier
Sure.
service?
So it is a separate category, and customers, I think a price point is obviously a big objection that you're going to hear from your customers. So I think that because they're paying that premium price to get this luxury device, it's only right that we provide them with that Premier service. So here you see some of the perks. So there's benefits and perks from being Premier partners. I know that on the if you crack your screen within the first year, you can get that replacement for a very low cost. So it's super convenient knowing that you're kind of put ahead of all those other customers. Because you're paying that price, because you have that luxury device, we're going to give you those premium services. So if you call, you're going to be first in line. You get your own separate kind of package that no other customer can experience unless you're one of those Galaxy Z customers.
Certainly. Yeah, I think it's super cool that we do offer this service, and then the the device care and everything like that is really something above and beyond for all of these customers that do spend $2,000 on a device.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lastly, we just wanted to say thank you again for everyone that did watch this. Please take the Google survey at the end. It's just a short knowledge check just to see how well we did on this training, and I think we're able to finally get into a lot of these locations, and we are super excited about that. I know I was jumping up and down about the announcement earlier today that we were able to visit some of you all today. So
yeah, I'm super excited. I cannot wait to see you guys. Obviously this is a pretty brief training. We know that we don't have and you don't have all the time in the world, but we just wanted to make sure that you have at least some, basic product knowledge and that you feel more comfortable selling this device. I know some of you will have this device in stores, some of you may not. However, we just want to make sure that if customer asks questions, that you know the answers to them. Obviously, we're available if you have any other questions and you want, more in-depth answers to certain specs or anything like that. This is kind of more of a high-level overview of what some of the key selling points are. But we hope that you feel more comfortable with everything and that we are obviously here to support you. And we'll talk to you guys next time. Hope you guys have a wonderful day.
Thank you all. Bye-bye.